Hey guys, Aaron Cybertron Zeng here, and today I am back with another episode of Road to Rank where I climb the online VGC 19 ladder and provide live commentary as I go. I'm going to be posting an update video in the next couple of days or so to talk about my plans for this summer specifically, but also the future going into VGC 2020 and Sword and Shield, which will be coming up in the next couple of months or so. But for this video specifically, first of all, the reason I've been gone for the last month or so is because of final exams and just a bunch of other stuff. Final exams this semester were pretty brutal. I had 5 really difficult ones in the span of like 3.5 days or so, so I really had to buckle down and study for those because they were all worth like half my grade as well. And for those that don't know, just to give some context, I'm doing a 5-year dual degree program between 2 different undergraduate universities. So I finished my first degree last year, and this second degree is basically going to be completed in 2 years. So halfway done with that. Next year is my official senior year of college, and I'll be graduating next spring with 2 different bachelor degrees. So been working really hard at that just to make sure all of that's going well. This semester was really stressful, had some really hard classes, but everything ended up being okay, fortunately. And one of the upsides was I took harder classes this semester so that I don't have to take them next year. And that means that I'll have more time to not be stressed next year and focus on content creation during Sword and Shield, which is, probably the biggest year for Pokemon since the last release of Sun and Moon. And so I wanted to make sure that going into 2020 and going into Sword and Shield, I would have as much time as possible to dedicate myself towards content creation and competing, because I really miss competing at a high level in VGC and want to get back into the swing of things next year. But yeah, basically been focusing on a lot of things outside of Pokemon and outside of YouTube. For that reason, I haven't been very active really throughout the course of this entire season or year, but I so much appreciate those that still come out and tune in and watch my videos. And I do want to basically start getting more consistent again now that it's summertime. Basically build up the channel to what it used to be as a consistent source of VGC entertainment and content. And so Road to Ranked is obviously going to be the main means of that. I want to obviously try to explore some other means of content, but Road to Ranked is going to be the easiest thing to do. So if you guys want to see Road to Ranked on a more consistent basis again, whether it be a daily basis or, every other day, definitely let me know in the comments below. Leave a like on the video. Likes honestly help me gauge exactly how many people are really interested in the content. And so leaving every single like really does help me just get a better sense of how many people really want to see this. So once again, thank you for all those who have supported, and for those that come out and watch. I had like one person in the YouTube comments the other day comment something that was so meaningful to me. He kind of talked about how he watched me and my brother back in 2013 and hasn't followed me in a while, but was curious if I was still doing things, and managed to find that I was still making content and competing, and he just said that like made him really happy, and that was like one of the most meaningful YouTube comments I've ever gotten. And even though I haven't been very consistent with content creation this year, I can't tell you how much all that support really means. So thank you guys, and my goal really is to once again be the most consistent VGC content creator once Sword and Shield comes out. So to be able to do that, I want to build up this channel once again and just provide you guys with some fun stuff here in the meantime before then. So, in 2019, I'm not really going to be competing, but hopefully if I'm invited to commentate the North American International Championships and Worlds, I will accept that invite. And for that reason, I want to be able to play at a high level, to be able to analyze the games at a high level. So for the next 2 weeks or so, I'll be trying out teams that have been pretty successful throughout the course of Ultra Series. They might not be the most exciting teams to watch, so I do have to apologize for that. Hopefully, once I get a little bit more acclimated with the format, I'll be building my own teams. But for now, I want to try out what the good things are just to be able to play at a high level, because these are the teams that have been successful. The team I'm using today is built by PadoVGC, who won the European International Championships with it. You can find them linked in the description below. First game of the day, and my first game of Ultra Series in a very long time, is up against a Xerneas Necrozma team, which is pretty interesting, especially because there is actually no Lele on that side as well. There's also a Crobat, so a bunch of interesting things here. We both have Feeny, which is also going to make things a little bit dicier, because the Feeny Xerneas matchup means like you both probably have Haze and you both want a Geomancy, but it's quite hard to. So let's see what I want to lead with here. It's tough to bring a Moongus into this matchup, so I think I'm going to forego that. And Necrozma kind of looks like a pain, though. I feel like I kind of need both my Instant and Rayquaza. Like, I'm leaning towards Instant, Rayquaza, Xerneas, and my Feeny, but now Ego is so good offensively against so many of my opponent's Pokemon. I mean, I could just lead Instant Feeny. Fini, Zern, Rayquaza. I don't know. So I haven't really played very much with this team at all, but I wanted to try it out because I thought Now Ego was really cool, and I thought Pado played it phenomenally at European internets. But I tried out just like a few games before this to get acclimated with the team. I'm not very good with it, but that's the whole reason I want to try out these top teams so I can get better in the format. Yeah, maybe Now Ego Fini would have been better as a lead. I just felt like I needed Instant and Rayquaza for sure to deal with Necrozma. Okay. Kang and Zern. That's not the worst. It's not the worst because I have like Intimidate on the Kangaskhan, and then obviously Fini has Haze Pressure immediately, which is quite good, but it is frustrating because, you know, like, leading Now Ego could have been quite good here too. But if I can shut down my opponent's Xerneas and then set up mine, that would be huge. Most likely going to be a Fake Out going into... Like, the safe play here is just to Fake Out Xerneas. And if Kangaskhan fakes out my Incin, I don't think the Xerneas will want to just Geomancy immediately, so I kind of want to just Icy Wind. Yeah, like Geomancy in front of a Fini turn 1 is so risky if you're not going to fake it out. Otherwise, you'd probably fake out the Fini and just go for Geomancy. Alternatively, my opponent could fake out Incin and go for a Moonblast if you're expecting a Haze to come out immediately. I also don't want a Haze to get rid of Kangaskhan's attack drop immediately. So, no surprise with the fake out is going to target Incin. Okay, let's see what Zern goes for. Does it Geomancy? It does. It's kind of cheeky. Yeah, that's frustrating because a Haze there would have just shut it down so quickly, but oh well. It's not the end of the world for us here because we do have Snarl on Incineroar, we do have the Berry on Fini. I think I might actually be able to take a Moonblast from that, depending on how it's trained. It's just kind of funny. Yeah, I thought surely Xerneas there has to go for like a Moonblast instead of just risking a Geomancy immediately. But now he might think I might not have Haze, which just gives me a better chance to go for the Haze. Yeah, I want to swap out. I want to U-turn and Haze here. So even though that doesn't look like the best start for me, if I can get rid of these boosts from Xerneas, then I'll just be able to set up my own Geomancy and maybe sweep through. So, it's not the end of the world here. I'd have to survive this Moonblast, though. Okay, nice. Very good. Cool. Yeah, and that Icy Wind allows me to guarantee that I get the Haze off before Kangaskhan moves. Ideally, this Double Edge goes into Fini and knocks me out. It actually should, because I got rid of the Intimidate boost. That's actually perfect for me. Because now I U-turn out and I get to bring in Incin and Xerneas back in. I can just fake out Geomancy. So, kind of a weird start to this game. Not the best played on my end, probably, but it's not the end of the world. And that goes to show how good U-turn can really be. So here it's a pretty free opportunity. I don't know who's faster between the Zerns here, but that's fine. Main important thing is that I get the Geomancy and he doesn't. If I win the potential speed tie and get it off, that would be huge. The only issue is obviously my opponent probably has a Hazer in the back, whether it be Crobat or Tapu Fini. So the question is, do you just hard switch out here into one of your Hazers? I get to Geomancy. The question is, like, basically I'm debating, do I actually fake out here? My opponent could double edge Moonblast my Xerneas, and if I lose a potential speed tie, or if my opponent's Xerneas is just faster, that could be bad for me. Yeah, I don't think I should risk it. I can go switch out though. Maybe into Crobat? Into Incin, okay. That's fine with me. The question is whether that has Roar or not. Okay, no Protect from the Zern. Hopefully I get Geomancy off first, but he's faster. Or he won a speed tie. No special attack drop though, which is key. Okay. So, this isn't the best, because obviously I could have had a full health turn, but it's not the end of the world for us. Main thing here is I've got my Zern set up now. And I've still got my 2 main answers to Necrozma. I'm really afraid of the Roar, so I think I'm more or less forced to Moonblast the Incineroar here. And I'd like to U-turn out to pivot into Rayquaza. Yeah, fake outing Zern would have been better because... I mean, I was just worried about King Double Edge doing a lot. He's just gonna fake me out. Okay. That's fine, I'll survive a Moonblast. Okay, he goes into Instant, even better. Yeah, so now I get AV Rayquaza out, which is really good. Question still is, though, what is the Incineroar carrying item-wise? And does it have Roar? I could Gleam pretty easily here, for sure. I'm leaning towards Gleaming, Dragon Ascenting the Incineroar. But then I'll be at -1. Alternatively, it's just Instant's the bigger threat because Xerneas is set up right now, obviously. I could also just Earth Power, but I don't know if Earth Power Gleam will knock out Incineroar. I feel like it should. But I'm not comfortable enough with that calc to go for that. Yeah. Not sure if I'm the biggest fan, but the main thing here is that I'm Assault Vested. Even at -1, I think maybe I take the Moonblast from the Zern. Zern could Protect here too. I'd probably rather see Protect right now. No Protect, okay. Knocks out the Zern, actually. Yeah, Earth Power probably would have knocked out there, so it would have been better, but yeah, well. I think perhaps... I'm assuming I take -1 Moonblast from the Zern, but with the Salt Vest, but maybe that's a bit greedy. Unless he targets my Zern for some reason. But yeah, it goes into Plaza. Oh my goodness! That was unnecessarily stressful. Jeez. We literally hung out with 1 HP. That was wild. Okay. Yeah, I knew it would be close. Just didn't think it'd be that close. I think Earth Power would have been better, though. I was mainly worried about Assault Vest Instant, though. But I suppose if it's Assault Vest, then... probably not going to knock out my Xerneas. It is going to be Necrozma as my opponent's last one. Okay. Oh boy. I really want to actually just double up onto Necrozma. With the Moonblast and a Crunch. Yeah, I'm gonna go for it. He could Protect though, obviously. I mean, it's gonna be a close call, because otherwise I could Gleam and Crunch. But that wouldn't knock out. He doesn't Protect, okay. If... I should be faster, I should get the Crunch off. I feel like that should knock out. Oh, please don't have a Berry. Okay. I was scared about that crit, because if he has the Berry there, then I'm screwed. But AV Crunch comes through. Although, I mean, Earth Power would have, or even Dragon Ascent would have all accomplished the same thing, but obviously I did get that crit. Okay, now Xerneas should win, because I bring in Incineroar, Protect Incin, and just click Dazzling Gleam. That was way too close for comfort, though. Definitely could have been better played on my end, I think. Trying to think where the main turns I could have been better. The beginning of the game was just quite weird. The turn where Zern got the big Moonblast off against me, I should have assumed it was going to be faster, because I'm not. This Zern isn't max speed, I believe. And it's more risky to take a Moonblast than a Double Edge, because Moonblast can get the special attack drop. That was kind of bad. Not Earth Powering was bad too, because the... Yeah, like Moonblast on... I don't know what the role is on this AV set, so... Yeah, like, I was worried about AV Incineroar, but you can't roar me out with AV Incin. Yeah. Okay, well, now I'll protect. And I'll fake out the... actually, I should be careful about this. He's intimidated, so a fake out won't knock me out. I think it's better just to Gleam and fake out the Xerneas. Doesn't look like Kanga's faking out too, so that should ensure us the win. Yeah. Nice. So in that position, I mean, Kangaskhan could fake out the Xerneas. I'm at risk of getting crit. Plus, there is a potential of Kangaskhan with Sucker Punch, so that wasn't necessarily a guaranteed win there. Because if I protect Xerneas... I'm thinking maybe protect Xern and fake out Kangaskhan is actually the best. That seems like such a weird play. Why would I do that? Protect Xern and... The question is, like, a Moonblast will knock me out from the Xerneas. A Double Edge will knock... Might not... It wouldn't knock me out. I think it would actually proc my Berry, if anything. I actually don't think I made the best play there in the late game. Let me look for the next game and think about that. We do get a win there. Not the cleanest of wins, but one in which... Yeah, the AV Rayquaza really came through. So I wanted to interject with one quick note on that last game because I didn't even realize it while I was playing, but talking to the player who I went up against, I did get a pretty big critical hit onto that Necrozma, which I didn't think mattered because I thought Crunch would ensure the knockout anyway. But it was actually a pretty big misplay to have gone for the Crunch instead of the Earth Power there because Necrozma's defense is a little bit higher than its special defense, and this Rayquaza specifically actually doesn't really have any attack investment. It's pretty much like 4 attack, no special attack investment. So Earth Power there is actually the more optimal play, and I think with that crit, obviously it didn't end up mattering, but because of the crit, there's actually probably a decent chance that Necrozma could have survived the Crunch, whereas like I think Earth Power pretty much would have guaranteed the knockout anyway. So yeah, didn't even realize that as it was happening, but definitely got a little bit fortunate with that critical hit. Kind of bailed me out of a suboptimal play. Not much reason to Crunch there, because if the Necrozma does Ultra Burst, then Moonblast is knocking it out anyway, so Earth Power is pretty much always the better play there. Yeah, just wanted to make that quick note, because I definitely learned a lot from that. Again, if you want to try out Pado's team or follow him on Twitter, check him out, linked in the description below. Anyway, yeah, in that late game, let's see, Kangaskhan can fake out or can attack. If I protect Xern and fake out the Xerneas, then Kangaskhan maybe knocks my Incin out. And then, like, I wasn't sure if Gleam was going to knock out Kangaskhan from that range, which was my main area of discomfort. It looked like he was going to go for an attack with Kangaskhan there, maybe like a low kick into the Incineroar or a double edge. Which is why I was thinking of fake outing Kangaskhan and protecting Xern. Because that gets me the chip damage that I need, and for Dazzling Gleam to be a comfortable knockout, I think. So maybe that actually would have been the best play. Fake out protect seems weird there, but you bypass a potential crit onto my Incin. If you don't fake out my Incin, I get the guaranteed chip damage I need on the Kangaskhan, and if you fake it out, then you activate my Berry and my Incin hangs on for longer. What was the play I made instead? I just Dazzling Gleamed and faked out. Yeah, that works out fine unless I get crit by a fake out from Kangaskhan, so I'm not sure my last play there was actually the most optimal, but oh well. Like I said, I'm quite washed up right now, so my goal is really just to get acclimated with the format and be better at this game. And I'm going to make a lot of mistakes throughout the course of it, but that's okay. There's no better way than to document it for you guys so you guys can learn from it as well. Okay, we got another Necrozma Xerneas. Lucario is something that I've seen pick up more recently. Whimsicott's actually gotten really popular. I was watching like a regional stream today and I saw like Whimsicott Nurse, which was pretty interesting to see. That's always a tricky Pokemon to play against, especially in Best of 1, because you have no freaking idea what it's going to carry. Another Feeny as well. Feeny Xern has been the name of today's matchup, although my opponent didn't bring either Hazer last game, which was interesting. I feel like it would be a crime not to bring Nihigo here, given that 4 of my opponent's 6 is weak to it and gets pretty much one-shot by it. And I want to feature it, so I think I'm going to bring it. Feeny Nihigo seems okay here. Feeny Nihigo, definitely want Xern. Do I really not want to bring Rayquaza? No, it's still good, especially because I can crunch the Necrozma. And the AV means I can take an attack, yeah. It means I'm dropping Incin, but I feel... It's always tough dropping Instant because Incineroar is just such a good darn Pokemon with Fake Out, Intimidate support. Like, you can bring it into every matchup pretty much, but I feel like this one, I really, really would like Now-Ego for the offensive presence. Feeny is such a good support Pokemon, especially in this kind of matchup where my opponent doesn't have a way to just like one-shot it immediately, so I can just keep spamming Icy Wind and whatnot. As we see Necrozma and Whimsicott, okay. So I gotta wonder if the Necrozma wants to Ultra immediately and just go for like a Psychic type attack into Now-Ego. You also have to worry about Scarf Now-Ego, but perhaps that's not that big of a concern from my opponent's end. Either way, I'm definitely Icy Winding here turn 1. Really thinking of just Icy Winding and protecting. Yeah, I want to scout out for what he goes for. Worst case, Necrozma Z's the Feeny. And he is going to Ultra Burst, okay. This is where having Instant would be nice, right? Because I could just switch the Now-Ego out into Instant. And by protecting in front of Whimsicott, you can obviously Encore me, but I still feel like this is okay to go for. And Tailwind's obvious, so the question is, what does Necrozma do? Hopefully targets down the Now-Ego. Okay, good. And Icy Wind connects, that's good. Not that the speed drops are really too important here for me, but I'm actually chipping away with pretty consistent damage, which is nice. I think I want to set up a light screen here. Because he's still going to be faster than everything anyway. I think the name of the game is to set up with my Xerneas, so if I knock out the Whimsicott and pivot myself with Feeny, then Zern can come in at a point where it can Geomancy and win. So that's what I'm going for right now. Ooh, probably eating a Helping Hand Photon Geyser here. Or Helping Hand Z move. Yep. That's probably going into Feeny. That's going to be ugly. I think that knocks me out, but we'll see. I think I have to edit this animation out, so I'll see you guys after this animation. Okay, so that is going to go into Feeny, and it does get the one-hit KO, unfortunately. But I'm actually thinking that's not the end of the world, because that does mean that I get a free switch in into Zern. And we've committed the Z move from Necrozma. That being said, that's still really not a great start for us. Nice read by my opponent for sure. You've got to really taunt the Xerneas here, I think. Who does he have in the back? His own Xerneas. Which is actually going to be a pretty big problem for me. But what if he doesn't have taunt? Tailwind, Helping Hand. I mean, you have to have taunt with Whimsicott. It's such an obvious play here that I kind of want to just gamble and Geomancy. But I don't think I'm at the point in the game where I really need to rely on that quite yet. I just attacked here, but I don't like that. And the reason I don't like that is because it means my opponent gets a free switch in, like 2 free switch-ins if I just knock out both things here with the turn of Tailwind left. So I don't think that was a good turn at all. Yeah, there's taunt. Okay, that's fine. And just a Photon Geyser, that's also just fine. Yeah, we take that pretty easily with Assault Vest. So we'll get 2 knockouts here. There'll be 1 turn of Tailwind, and my last opponent surely has Xerneas in the back. This is going to be an interesting finish because I've got Now-Ego waiting in the back, which can just, like, Now-Ego is used as the Xerneas counter, basically, and you can shut down opposing Xerneases because of... I can't speak right now. Clear Smog, that's why, yeah. The question is basically who my opponent's 4th Pokemon is, though. So Zern is expected, obviously. It's gonna be... Ooh, Lucario. Huh. Okay, the Xerneas Geomancy here. Obviously, you can just click Moonblast. So last turn of Tailwind. This is such an interesting position. Like, you can just go for Steel type attack into Xerneas, which I can't protect. Yeah, it's a question of whether he Geomancies or not with now Xerneas. This is tricky. I'm hoping he if he Geomancies and Lucario goes for the Xerneas, I win. I'll win with Maui though, but oh man. Okay, so I had to sack Xer in there. Oh, I survived too? And he does Moonblast. Yeah, I mean, I could have switched Rayquaza out there. Actually, I suppose the game's not over. I can't believe I survived that Meteor Mash though, jeez. Does this knock out Lucario? Oh! We just win. That was such a weird turn. I'm still trying to even process what happened. Okay. Huh. Yeah, I mean, wow. Surviving a Mega Lucario Meteor Mash? The Xerneas has a lot of bulk, though. It's like 180 HP, 188 defense or something. But surely I was expecting that to finish me off. So what I was thinking was, there maybe Xerneas goes for the Geomancy. Although I guess, like, there's not much reason to Geomancy there. Like, you'd have to be quite greedy to go for it. So, regardless, I think I should be switching out into Now Ego there. I have to switch Rayquaza out. The question is, yeah, like, if he Geomancies there, I suppose the only way I win is by surviving Meteor Mash anyway. Anyway, now we're good. Whoa, 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 whoa. Sludge Bomb. Not calling Under Crush. That was almost a throw. Okay, I mean, he made Geoman. No, I'm faster anyway, okay. Yeah. I mean, even if you Geomancy there, I'd 4x resist, so I can just Acid Spray and get the knockout. Or Clear Smog. Sorry. Yeah, that was really weird. Okay, I mean, like, so for some reason I also wasn't expecting Mega Lucario. I was thinking he'd, like, just have, like, normal Lucario, which I guess isn't knocking out Xerneas anyway. But I in that position, the only way I win is if I survive Meteor Mash anyway. I wasn't even sure if Moonblast was going to knock out there. And I guess Lucario knocks out my Now Ego anyway. So maybe it's okay to stay in with Rayquaza there. Because it gives me another out. As in, if Xerneas Geomancies and Meteor Mash knocks me out, then at least Earth Power would knock out the Lucario. And then I'd be able to bring in my Now Ego to win the game. Like, the way, if I knock out the Lucario there, then I win the game, which is why I doubled up into it that turn. Alternatively, though, he could have protected Lucario, but I feel like that was relatively unlikely. I mean, if he protects Lucario there and I double up into it, Xerneas gets the Moonblast off, then I actually probably just lose the game. So, I don't think I had much business winning that game, to be honest. But it ended up working out. My opponent got rid of my Feeny, which was really well done because Feeny is so good against Whimsicott. I mean, against Necrozma, against everything my opponent had. So I should have maybe thought about the Helping Hand Z move play a little bit better. Losing Feeny the way I did was just not great. That was the main thing. Yeah, I think like I could have probably had a better lead this game, which would have given me a better shot. But yeah, having late game Now Ego Insurance was quite nice. This was a crazy episode. I mean, that first game surviving on 1 HP and then this one with the Mega Lucario. So cool to see some stuff. Like I mentioned, I don't plan on using this team for too long. My goal is really to just try out a bunch of the top teams to get acclimated to what the top players have been using and then go from there. But I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Like I mentioned, my goal is really to be producing content consistently again. Gonna aim for definitely every other day, if not daily. But yeah, if you guys can show your support by leaving a like, leaving me any comments, and having any suggestions, those are always appreciated and welcome as well. Thank you for watching, guys. It's been a long time, but I've missed you, and now that it's the summer, I'm aiming to be more consistent really in the next couple of months leading into Sword and Shield, and I thank all of those who continue to watch my content, whether you're new or whether you've been here since the beginning. I'll catch you guys next time. Alright, peace.